Hi there, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to show you a typical day in my life, starting at 6 o'clock when I get into my vehicle on my way to work. Yeah, and then we'll take it from there. Hope it's not too boring. Here we go. Let's start the journey. Okay, so this is the machine I'm operating. I'll show you inside. This excuse is very dirty inside. There's a lot of with the wind blowing here, dust all over the place. Right, I already unpacked most of my stuff. There's lunch, coffee, the rest of the bag, my water bottle and everything is in there, and sandwiches. Here we go. So now I have to fill in my logbooks, do some paperwork quickly before I start. Logbook, do my hours. But I'll be back in a second. Okay, I'm busy warming up the machine. See my diesel is low. Yes, well, as I mentioned on my introduction video, I'm a amateur radio operator as well. I got my radio here. I usually bring it with in case. So any other amateur radio operators may be watching this. You can, from outside South Africa, you can maybe contact me if you got if you're using Echolink. We got a repeater right on that mountain there. You can't see it now; it's in the clouds. But it's linked to Echolink. So if you're outside of South Africa and you can use Echolink, you can link to that one, and you can talk to me. The call sign here is Zulu Sierra 1 Charlie Echo Golf. That's my call sign, Zulu Sierra 1 Charlie Echo Golf. So you feel free to contact me. I usually monitor that one during the day. It's the closest repeater to me. So yeah, if you want to speak to me, just call me on Echolink and we can have a chat. Okay, sometime during the day you need to go to the toilet, and we got these cubicles here, and believe me, warning, you take a deep breath, do whatever you have to, and you get the hell out, because the odor in here is breath robbing. Breath robbing? Say a word like that? Anyway, yeah, these ones. Right, so lucky you can't smell on the video, but believe me. Right, it's a bit windy here, so I'm not sure if it's making a noise. But this is our brick stockpile. I've got forks on the front of the digger, which I let down, and I become a forklift for that time. Oh, falling over sand dunes here. Oh, here's our little guard dog. Hello. Hello, yo. Môre, gaan we jou. Hallo. Hey. Nee man, kom. Laat vir my vol. Anyway, you guys don't want to talk to me this morning? Maybe he doesn't like the camera. Anyway. it's the next pillar. Next pillar. Okay, it's tea time over here. My lady friend is not doing a live stream yet, so I guess it's too hot there, so she will be doing it later. So I'm gonna have a few sandwiches, restock on fuel, and have my Evo on bread. See you later. Okay, something like that, and then yeah, we can just put the other one on top. I know it doesn't look very hygienic, but yeah, I'm not dead yet. There we go. Hey, they came to clean the toilet, so they are pumping out that stuff. So yeah, it's gonna smell alright for about a day or two. Yeah, so this Monday is actually going quite well. Not too busy today. Yeah, I'm actually quite happy. Yeah, with the camera, the camera had some issue, which just stopped working. But I took out the battery and the memory and reset it a whole lot. Now it looks like it's all over the sickness again, so I might do, but now I see my memory card's only got another 17 minutes of recording time left, so see what you can still put on there. Maybe I'll reserve that for going home time. I don't know. Anyway, Yeah, I usually don't have time to, to stand around like this, but it's actually quite a relaxing day today. Man, it's cool. Anyway, yeah. But this morning actually started at quite cool. Now it's getting a bit hotter, warmer. My English is not too good. I'm actually Afrikaans, so, but yeah, just to make it more universal, right. My diesel just arrived, so yeah, we're going to put some diesel in here. Okay, lunchtime is over. I just had a nice chat with my lady friend there in the Philippines, the one that inspired me to make these movies. We just had a nice little chat. Yeah, I enjoyed it, and yeah, now it's back to work again. Okay, so here we go. Okay, some more white face brick. I'm going to show you the forks that I use. It's quite heavy. They're about 50 kilograms. I'm going to go outside and show you quickly. Heavy metal. Oh, there we go. Oh, the wind is a bit bad. Sure, I hope you guys can hear me. Okay, now I have to get them in there. Not a lot of space. Actually takes a bit of luck and a bit of skill and a bit of magic. There we go. Okay, yes, what I've actually showed in the video so far, I do that many times a day. I didn't record every time I go fetch bricks or sand or stone or cement, whatever it will become quite monotonous, so I just did one sample of each of that. I don't know, I can't remember really. But I think I just did one take of each move. But anyway, yeah, the bricks. One thing I didn't record was just now I went to go fetch bricks, and for some of the reason with the pallet failed and the whole lot came down on the floor, and I had to load it in by hand. That was quite a mission, but okay, it's over and done with. Yeah, that happens. They ran out of space there in the corner, so for me to get my forks in properly all the time, and some of the pellets, when they put it down, they're also in a hurry and they sometimes make mistakes, so it makes it just a little bit more, how can I say, more tricky for me to pick up, but yeah, I'm managing. Anyway, it's almost 3 o'clock here. We're going home in 2 hours. Yeah, so if I do anything new, I'll make another clip of it. But so far, that's it. I'll show you when we go home. Yeah, so I'm home eventually. The sun is going down. Yeah, I leave home at when it's dark, and I get home when it's dark. Anyway, yeah, and so there's the little shack that I do my well, most of the stuff I do. Anyway, see you guys later. Now, yeah, go eat something, have a shower. See you guys just now. Okay, so I had my supper, went for a shower and a shave. Hope you didn't find this video too boring. If you like, give me one of those. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and ring that notification bell. Which side is it? That way? Wait. Where is that bell? Oh, anyway, you will find the bell there. Then you will get notifications when I put a new one on. Thank you very much for watching.